So the Gemara in Masechet Berachot discusses what someone should do when they're faced with Isurin or afflictions in their lives. How does it start? It says when you're facing Isurin, you should take the opportunity to do some introspection. Look inside yourself, see if there's anything you should be working on, some things you shouldn't be doing as much, some things you should be doing better. And if you've went through that and looked inside and you can't figure out why something's happening to you, then maybe you attribute it to a lack of Torah study. You just don't know. So go study, go learn it. And if you went through both of those things and you just can't figure out why something is happening to you, the Gemara says, attribute it to something called Isurin Shel Ahava, afflictions of love. Now what does that mean? Does it mean that Hashem is afflicting us with something just because He loves us? It doesn't really make sense. Here's how some of the commentators explain it. They explain it like this. In life, sometimes a person is doing good. They're not necessarily doing anything wrong, but Hashem wants them to be greater. He thinks they're just coasting through life, getting by, not seeking to grow. And what's the best way for people to grow? It's through challenge, it's through exertion, it's through climbing new heights by stepping over building blocks that are put in your way. So that's what Hashem does. He puts challenges in your way because He wants you to grow from it, not because He has something to punish you for, or because He has some problem with something you're doing good. He just wants you to be greater. A great example is Avraham Avinu, a great man who merited to be the forefather of Am Yisrael. He was amazing. But as we know, Avraham went through many challenges in his life. He wasn't able to have kids for a very long time. And by the time he had a child, he had to go through this terrible affliction of thinking, I have to give it up to Hashem. An unbelievable challenge. But what does he do? He accepts it, he goes out, and he does what's asked of him with the faith of Hashem, with the love of Hashem. He goes through these challenges and he perseveres. Sometimes we see afflictions and we can't understand them nowadays when we see all these terrible things going on in the world, the anti-Semitism, the fighting in Israel, and we just can't understand why it's happening. But I think we can take this lesson from Avraham Avinu that when we take these challenges that we don't understand, we should face them head on and use them as an opportunity to grow, to become greater. Mizrah Hashem, when we see some bad in our lives or what we perceive as bad and try to use it and turn it into good, Hashem will see what we're doing and only provide us with good in the future.